also known as the Hive, where you can be you, I can be me, we can be everything in between. This is a very safe place, so feel free to decompress, relax, and listen to my wonderful rambles. Yeah, so I'm kind of going to be rambling about my editing experience for my short film, Flower. So if you're new here, welcome. I'm a screenwriter, and I actually started this channel kind of focusing on my short film. I was shooting a short film, and we were literally shooting it when I started this channel, so you can go all the way back, check out this playlist of everything for that film. You can kind of get more of a sense of it. But right now we're in the stage of editing, and so I kind of wanted to just talk to you guys about like how this process has gone down. This is my first time doing a film, and I thought it was really interesting. I'm learning a lot about post-production. There's 3 types of production. So when you're doing a movie, there's pre-production, which is like the writing and, gathering the team, and there's production, which is the actual shooting of the film, and then there's post-production, which is the backside. It's editing and, festivals and just like finishing it and all. So I'm in post right now, and I have an editor named Ellie who's amazing. And for the last couple weeks, I've been going up to the valley. It's like a 45-minute drive, and I go and hang out with her in her place for like 4 hours. We sit down, and then we just edit. So how it works is she'll be on Premiere, like have her laptop, and then there'll be a monitor. I'll watch the monitor, and the monitor has like the video of the movie. And what we were doing is we went in chunks. So like today we worked on it was like the 3rd day in a row. It was the last day, and we worked on the last chunk of the movie, and we'll watch it, and we'll basically be like, it's so interesting because I've never done editing, but it's like we go through every shot. So she basically put I gave her the script when I hired her, and she basically put all the footage in line, so like it's there, but then we go through every shot and talk about kind of like the meaning of it, why it's there, what's the point of it. We'll watch something, and I'll be like, okay, this doesn't feel right, or why don't we push in closer, and then we'll go through the footage and see if we can. And it's all about like, it's weird because you're like figuring out what's important, like what you need to keep and what you don't need to keep. And Ellie, what's nice is like she can switch it on the spot, but then also she has the experience of like editors, terminology and like pacing and all the stuff that I don't have. I'm such a newbie. I'm green, which means I'm new, hence the light. I'm grainy, and yeah, it's been an interesting process. I feel very imposter syndrome, that feeling when you're doing something new and you feel like you don't know what the fuck you're doing. That's me all the time, but I love it because I'm learning a lot. Even today, I was like, oh, what if we, hold this scene and then we cut, put out the sound over this, and then we did it, and she's like, oh, that was a great idea, and I was like, yay, I'm contributing. But basically, we'll sit down and we go through every single cut, and we go through, the sound too, and all this stuff, and it's exhausting. Me talking about it right now is exhausting, but we had a really good edit day today, and I'm excited. It's going. Yeah, so basically how the process kind of works is you get an editor, and the way I found my editor was through Facebook, friends of friends. I'm very much a believer. I would rather have someone that, who I trust likes versus just a random stranger. It's something with accountability, but I found Ellie through like a group of friends because we went to school together, and she's great. She's kind of taking it on pro bono, like with no money yet, but I'm going to pay her. But yeah, it's been really wonderful working with her, and yeah, because she went to Dish with me, and she went for film, and I went for acting in school, seeing her, do her thing, and she actually lent me a book, an editing book that I'm going to read this weekend to kind of like learn more about editing. But you can tell when someone loves what they do. You can tell that she loves editing. It's awesome working with someone in that capacity because I have no idea anything about editing, really. I mean, I did these videos, and then I some days I go and edit and I freaking hate my movie. I go, this is awful. I'm like, why are we even doing this? And then you have days like today where I was like, wow, this is awesome, it's coming together, I'm so excited, can't wait for it to get better and better. And I think that's just part of the process. Every artist I've met, that's just how it goes. Like, you will have days where you love your thing and days where you hate it, and that's not really anything to judge it on. At the end of the day, it's just the fact that you're creating that really matters, and the fact that, you know, hopefully you're putting something out in the world that will impact and touch people, and that you leave kind of like a legacy and something. And that's kind of what I'm excited about. Like, this is my first project where I'm leaving something for people to view that has my heart on it. And I hope it makes sense, but it has a heart and it has meaning, and there's a reason why I wrote this and I'm showing it and all of that. And if you ever want to watch it, make sure you subscribe to this channel, because one day in the future, probably like a year, I will upload the movie on this channel so you guys can watch it. And you can say you were part of the whole process because you were there when all the way from the beginning of this channel where we started shooting. So it's very exciting. It's called Flowers, if I haven't even said that yet. Called Flowers. And yeah, I'm very excited. It's also been a really interesting time for me. I don't know if you checked out my life's update, but I currently kind of weirdly lost my job, but not really, because, well, sort of. It's entertainment, and we're gig based, and there was a gig I thought I was going to get on, but I didn't get on, and so I'm kind of free floating. All my connections kind of fell through, and I'm doing Uber Eats now just to kind of survive. And every day it would basically be like I would do Uber Eats from like 11 to 2, and then I would go to Ellie's at 3 to 6, and then I would do Uber Eats from 7 to 9, and that's been my week all week. But it's funny because although I'm like, damn, I don't have a job, I am kind of realizing like I'm kind of living one of my dreams right now, which is insane because it's so unstable. But I'm living the dream of like, I caught myself, you know, I don't know if you ever feel like this, where you kind of catch yourself thinking about life and where you are, and it kind of happens like a daydream where you're like doing something right in the middle. It's not like when you're in bed, it's like during the day. I was doing that, I was spacing out, just kind of being like, oh man, like where am I in life now? Like, how am I not working and all this stuff? And I realized when I zoned back in that I was at the table with Ellie editing my short film. I was being a director, editing my short film. The fact that I zoned back into, I'm working on my short film, and I'm a director, and I'm in LA, and I have time to do this. I was like, well, that's the dream. I'm so grateful, you know, like if I was working full time right now, I wouldn't have been able to do the editing gigs this week. And although I might be a little bit less stressed, you know, I think everything happens for a reason. And yeah, it's also like, do you ever have that feeling where you almost can feel like it's supposed to be happening? Like, I feel like this is how it's supposed to work out right now. It's weird. I have a lot of faith, man. I have a lot of faith in the universe, and I actually do. And maybe this channel will get more spiritual a little bit, but in the future. But I really feel connected to the universe, and I feel also like you watching this right now has meaning to it. You didn't randomly click on this video, although I might feel like you did. There's a message in here that's the universe is wanting to share with you, and I think it's just kind of like slowing down and letting yourself trust the process, and also realize that some great things are disguised as kind of terrible things. Remember that some great things are sometimes disguised as terrible things, because sometimes you have to get through all the really nasty stuff to see the good and stuff, and it just takes time and some fresh eyes, right? So maybe that's why we're talking today. But yeah, I just thought it was cool. I had a really great work session today, and very grateful for Ellie, and just feeling really grateful. Although there's a lot that I need to figure out in my life, and money is stressful, I do feel very happy to be alive, and yeah. So that's everything. What else with editing? So for editing as well, So we have this, we're going to do a picture lock. So Ellie and I are working towards a picture lock, which basically means that the picture is locked. So everything that you see visually is going to be frame for frame, it's locked. We do that because then we'll bring on a sound designer to work in the sound and bring in a composer, and it basically gives them boundaries, right? Gives them like, okay, we only have like 2 minutes for the scene. Create some song or music for it, or we jump from this cut to this cut, so what's the sound that we can do for that, right? Yeah, so I'm in the process of doing that. I have to send a draft edit of the post cut to a potential sound designer on Tuesday. I talked to Ellie about it, and she was like, let's just do one more pass, which means one more full edit of the film, and then she'll clean up sound, and then we'll send it out. I have a composer on board, although I'm nervous. He composes music, but I don't think he's ever done film composition, so I don't know if there's anything different. I believe there is. I don't know if he's gonna know. Like, I don't really know how to add music to film, and not just like literally add music to the film, but like kind of like the practices of adding music, when to add music, when not to. I don't really have that taste in time management for music, and it'd be great to have someone that does, and I don't think he has it, but he went to Juilliard and he does compose his own music, so I hope he works out, and I hope Ellie can help me figure out when to pull him in. And if not, maybe I'll have to find someone else in conjunction with him. But yeah, picture lock should hopefully be done by April 1st, and then I hope that by May we'll have everything situated, and then it'll be really fun. We're gonna sound that, and then we're gonna do coloring, so I'll go back to my friend Miles. Hopefully, if everything works out well, he's the one that DP'd on, which is, he shot the film, so we're gonna go back to his place and probably do it one time and hang out. I hope it'll be really fun. I don't know if we'll actually get high or anything, I don't really want to, but it's a good excuse to hang out with him again. He's a great guy, and it's awesome hanging out with someone when you're doing the things you love, right? So when you become an adult, I don't know if you're my age, so I'm 26. When you become an adult, oh my god, I can't believe I'm already 26. Time really flies, y'all. I still feel like I'm 22. But when you know I'm 26, friends are kind of hard to find because you have to figure out where you're gonna find them. So sometimes you gotta do hobbies and stuff, and it's a little unorganic. That's the word. So like when we hang out, me and Miles, it's a little unorganic because we might be doing something that we aren't fully in love with, like going grabbing coffee, like talking, like friendships are for doing things, but like when we do art, like for instance, if we're gonna be doing coloring, he loves coloring, and it's cool, it's my project, so we'll be bonding while doing something productive, which will be great. So I'm excited. And then I hopefully will have my producer help me. Hopefully we'll then send the film to the film circuits, film festivals, and yeah, I'm just a little afraid. My film right now is like around 24 minutes. I'm hoping to bring it down to 20. I really wanted it to 15, but I feel like that's just never gonna happen. I just hope it's not too long, and I hope that there will be some festivals that will accept it, and yeah. And then I also just hope I keep continuing on to my next project. I want this to be kind of like a ball momentum for me to keep going. But there's a lot of things I need to learn for next. If I want to do a feature film, it's about like how do you crowdfund and get the money, and then it's all that. I think I would still want a really small cast, maybe a small crew, but like I'm thinking where we'd be going to different locations and states and stuff and all that stuff. So how do you figure that out with, gunning it, like doing what you can, right? But also not at the expense of the film itself. So it's scary, but it's fun. And I think something I want to work on though is like not being such a lonely person. Not like when I'm creating art, it's very easy to just be by yourself, and I want to one day be able to create a project without ever being alone, without being with someone the full time, I think it's just a lifestyle choice I would rather prefer than just like sitting at my desk writing alone. You know, it can be kind of depressing sometimes if I think about it too much, but I usually don't think about it that much, you know. Yeah, so that's all that. I'm gonna see Ellie on Monday. She's house sitting someone's house, so she's not free this weekend, and I'm cool with that. I want to take the weekend off from Uber Eats and just maybe work on writing. I haven't written for a little bit, and yeah, life's weird, man. It's weird how you kind of picture things to be a certain way, and sometimes they just don't work out, but you're still doing the things you really want to do. Like, I'm glad I'm doing this, but then, like, my life itself feels really chaotic, so it's just weird that the only thing grounding me right now is this short film, which is usually the thing that's the most chaotic. I think that's why it's weird. The short film in my life before, like when I was doing locations and stuff, it was the more chaotic thing, being like, I don't know what this is going to be, and now the short film is the only thing that I can for sure be like, okay, I'm doing that. Like, okay, we're going to be editing, like, so that kind of gives you a sense of like where my life is at right now. It's everything's up in the air, and you know, that can change in a couple weeks and I'll be more settled, but there's something really beautiful that's happening right now, and I can't really articulate it, but I know I'm growing, and I'm starting to see the world in a different way, in an unpredictable way, but a way that I think awakens me, and that keeps me honest and open to all possibilities in life, and makes me realize that anything can change, and if that's the case, what would I want to change, and why don't I change right now? And there's no better time to change than now, so why not go for it? And that's all really exciting energy, right? That's exciting to be around, to feel, but also, you know, some days I want to lie down on the couch and feel like you're going to be fine, like don't even think about it, like let today go, and I'm not there. I'm not there in my life right now. I can't really just like lie down and not do anything. I can't, for money reasons, social reasons. I feel there's a lot I need to do left. I want to make more friends. I want to find the love of my life. I want to have a career I'm passionate about, but more than passionate, I want to have a career that helps people, that does something great for this world, and I don't think locations does that. I think storytelling can do that, and I hope my movies do that, but there's something else I'm trying to tap into too. Like, I need something where I can help people. I had a clothing line, and if this is not another reason to subscribe, but in the future I'm going to give away some of my old, they're not old, but my sweatshirts I never sold. I ran a positivity clothing company during COVID called What Makes Us Happy, and it was a blog about people sharing what makes them happy and all that, and it was a clothing company just kind of surrounded around spreading positivity, and I loved that. I loved it, and I still do. I'm such a positive person. That's kind of what this channel's all about, right? Be positive and everything, but I realized the downfall and why that business, in retrospect, didn't fulfill me as much as I thought it would, because I was missing a direct communication with the people it was impacting. I didn't get to see the people that it impacted. I didn't get to feel how it changed people's lives, right? I was just creating things and putting it out in the world. Maybe people bought it, yeah, and people liked it on Instagram, but I didn't have a personal connection with these people. So that's something I want to figure out too, is like, how do I shorten the distance between what I put out in the world and the people that need it, and that I can like see it helps people, right? Because our big reason to keep on doing things is seeing it succeed, right? You need to see and feel its success to keep motivating you to go, and if you don't see it or feel it, it's easy to let things go, even if deep down you don't want to, and that's kind of what happened with that clothing company. I just slowly stopped, and I haven't jumped back into it yet. Maybe one day, maybe not, but that's just where I am in my life. So, yeah, I just hope I find a job that has meaning and that helps people, and that I'm proud to have. I hate like going on dates and I'm just like, this is what I do, and some people are like, it's really cool, but then some people are like, it's not cool, and I hate that I care too much about what they think, or A, I just like downgraded it a little bit. I don't know if you do that with your job at all either, but it's just funny, like, it also might be a United States thing, like how much our jobs really impact who we are as people, and I hate that, and it's just like not for me, so yeah. It's okay, I'm kinda done overthinking all this. I'm probably just gonna watch some TV with my roommate and eat some ramen noodles and fall asleep and just love life. One second. It's funny, my roommate just knocked, so I'm gonna go watch some TV and eat some ramen, and I will see you in my next video, friend. If you've made it this far, can you leave like a spaghetti emoji? And I'll give you some extra love in the comments. It means the world when you like watch my full video. I always like see who does it and who doesn't. So yeah, if no one's told you, you're amazing and you're doing really, really well. You're amazing and you're doing really, really well. And I don't think a lot of people are telling you that right now, but I promise you it's true, and I'm really proud of you, and you should be proud of yourself too. So, I love you a lot, friend, and yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe. Oh my god, that means the world to me, and it doesn't cost you a thing, and we'll be buddies forever, ever, ever.